Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Makar. Double honors to my apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To you all say Shalom. This brother Amon Ariyah from GMS Charlotte, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Makar. And you see the picture, you read the title. Hey, man, we getting closer and closer, man. Okay? Hey, the prophecies are speaking to let the elect know the time that we're living in, man. Okay? Salvation is nearer than we believe, but before we get to the salvation, we must go through that storm period, man. All right? The hour of temptation it draws nearer, man, and that true test for everybody on the earth is getting ready to be presented. So as you read on the screen, it says the FDA has approved Elon Musk's brain chip company Neuralink to launch its first human clinical study. Okay, and this is Revelation 13 and 16 speaking right now, man. Okay, because as the prophecy says, which I'm gonna get into in a minute, it says that a mark shall be, put in the forehead or in the right hand of the people, roughly paraphrasing, man. So this Neuralink, all right, is part of the MOTB that is being furnished to be made acceptable to give unto the whole world, man. All right, so that with the FDA approving this thing, we are one step closer to this the RFID CHIP. All right, we're one step closer to it being mandated, man. Because once they get to the point to where they feel like it's okay to pretty much be pushed on the mainstream, they're gonna push it. So for the FDA to approve this thing, man, it is one step closer. All right, so I'm gonna read this article. This is from Reuters.com. It says Elon Musk Neuralink wins FDA approval for human study of brain implants. It says Elon Musk Neuralink received U.S. Food and Drug Administration FDA clearance for its first in-human clinical trial, a critical milestone for the brain implant startup as it faces U.S. probes over its handling of animal experiments. Because if you've been paying attention to the trials that they've been doing with the Neuralink, man. Okay, they were putting this into rats and into monkeys, and the animals were dying. But then you also had employees or former employees that used to work for Neuralink, complaining about the treatment that was being done to the animals during these clinical trials, man. All right, and don't get it twisted. And these devils have been doing human trials as well. They're just not going to tell you in the mainstream media. All right. So it says the FDA approval represents an important first step that will one day allow our technology to help many people. Neuralink said in a tweet on Thursday, without disclosing detail of the planned study. It added it is not recruiting for the trial yet and said more details would be available soon. So hey, don't get it twisted. Just because the so-called FDA approved this thing, that doesn't make it safe nor viable unto the human people. Because hey, remember, the FDA, they approved the so-called the snake piss, all right, the jump shot, all right, the Maxine water. You catch my drift, okay, the juicy juice, man. All right, they approved that, and look at the amount of deaths that came out of that. Because see, you simple people, you're gonna see FDA approved and think, okay, this is a good thing. All right, the government, they check behind it. They said it's cool, so I'm gonna take it. But the FDA approves a bunch of poison and BS, man. Okay, the FDA approves cigarettes, man, which is a known killer, a high risk killer amongst you so-called Americans, man. All right, so like I said, we're one step closer to the prophecy of Revelation 13 and 16 taking place, man. So don't be fooled by seeing, that the FDA, plug behind it, man. All right. They're just telling you they're one step closer to admitting that they want to put this inside of you, man. Because what you're seeing with the Neuralink, all right, because they had so-called successful trials with animals. Everybody should have seen that video of the monkey playing the video games with his mind. All right, that would, they're gonna tout it as something, beneficial. That's that next step in technology that's gonna lead to, humans pretty much becoming gods, man. What like the that devil Noah Yuval Harari said in the WEF, man. All right, they're trying to bring humans into godship, man. But no, it's actually to bring damnation and slavery unto you. But anyway, let's go into some scriptures real quick. And let's say I don't intend this lesson to be too long, unless the Spirit permits. But let's just go into it. Revelation chapter 13 and 14. It says, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast." All right, and these miracles is this so-called technology, man. The Neuralink being one of the forms of that technology, because they're going to tout this so-called RFID chip as the next step in the technology, the next step in human evolution, because the whole process of the transhumanism, merging man with machine, they're gonna put it as that's the next step of human improvement, when actually it's going to lead to your destruction, man. All right. So that those miracles that he's been given the power to show, what you're seeing, these guys that have, they don't have power over their limbs. They were probably paralyzed. That brain chip will allow them to, be able to maneuver their limbs again. Or people that don't even have limbs, man, they're given prosthetics. And the technology with the prosthetics is getting to the point to where it's going to be like robotic limbs, man. And when you see these, different shows dealing with this whole cyberpunk type technology, you got the show Cyberpunk, Ghost in the Shell, Alita, Elysium, and the list goes on. They show you these things because this is what they want technology and mankind to intertwine to be in the future, man. Okay, people are going to pretty much be like androids and cyborgs, man. All right, so through his technology, he has shown so-called miracles that are going to fascinate the minds of the people. All right, so I'll read it again, Revelation 13 and 14. "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live." Right, because and when you go into the original beast, what America has pretty much taken the form of. All right, this is Rome 2.0, man. Okay, because Rome was the original rulership that Esau had before America came into power, man, and they were brought down, by Jake during the time of the Holy Roman Empire. All right, when Jake began to get up into those in those political seats during during Rome, but eventually this is just pretty much leading back into Esau's New World Order. Okay, because Esau's New World Order, he wants everybody to be chipped, man. Okay, that's all you're hearing in these talks, such as the New World Order, man. All right. So knowing that, Salakia, knowing that, we understand that Esau pretty much wants you people to be chipped. All right, so that you can be slaves, man. All right. So with that being said, continuing on, verse 15, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image," Slocky, let me finish it out back in 14, the latter part. It says, "Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Because in this new world order that Esau is setting up, those that refuse to bow, all right, and take that Luciferian oath, because that's what that chip automatically is. When you really look into it, that's the oath that the whole world will have to take in order to be able to gain access into the new system, into that new world order, man. Okay? So it says, and that he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as was not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what's going to happen. If you don't want to be a part of that new world order, if you don't want to take that micro C hip, all right, Esau, he pretty much will try to kill you, man. Okay, you're gonna be exercised from that society, or not exercised, like you're ostracized from that society, man. All right, so he ain't gotta physically kill you, but if you're cut off from that society, you're pretty much killed in essence, because you no longer have the ability to participate in that society. So if you don't take that charagma, that means you're not gonna be able to, as it's gonna go into, okay, you're not gonna be able to pretty much buy or sell. You're not gonna be able to pretty much operate in any form or fashion. Because when you see the way the technology is going, you have the smart cities, the smart cars, you got the smart technology, everything is leaning towards biometrics, man. All right? So everything is going to operate off that charagma. And you're starting to see, samples of that in China, okay, with their the social credit system, man. All these things are going to be linked unto your into that charagma, that chip, man. Okay, you had a few years back they were talking about the ID 2020, all right, which pretty much said that your medical information, your social security, your insurance, everything that we carry cars and stuff for now, your bank account, all these things are going to be put on that charagma, all right, which is proven that the chip is the MOTB. Now let's get to the point. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? That mark, which is the controversy amongst Israel, that you still got Jake that's acting like they don't know what the hell this is talking about, man. It says that he causeth. That word causes. Let's go into it, man. All right, just for edification sake. Though you brothers and you sisters should already know this, man. Especially if you watch Great Millstone, we go into this all the time, man. All right. Slakia, put 14. Revelation 13 and 16. And to that word causeth. Give it a second. Blue letter tripping. All right, this is G4159.
Strong's G4160. Poyeo.
Okay, so it says down in definition G1, it says to make, i.e. constitute or appoint one anything, to appoint or ordain one that. So the point being, they're going to mandate this, and it already has been put on the books. All right, a few years back, this information was easy to find, but now you got to do deep searching for it. But back during whenever they was pushing the Obamacare, all right, the mark of the beast was actually mentioned in the Obamacare, man, where you could actually go into the fine print and you could actually read how that was a part of it, man. Okay, and you had the legislation dealing with the guillotines. All right, that was on the books. I believe that was during Obama's his presidency, man. All right, but the point being that they're gonna cause, i.e. mandate, for this charagma to be issued amongst the whole world. This is why the talk and the direction everything is going is to be, pretty much have everybody with a chip inside of them, man. If you pay attention to the new shows and the movies that they're pushing out, all right, they're showing forth that everything is going to be in the way that they want the new order to be set up, which is merging people with technology. Because you have, let me give you a couple of examples of shows that I've been seeing as of late that's been coming to mind. You had on on Amazon Prime. They got a few. There was one show called Peripheral. It was another show on Amazon Prime. Damn, what's it called? It's like The Eye or something like that. But nonetheless, I can't remember the exact name of the other one, but it's something to do with the eye. All right, because in that show, you pretty much had the people all had charagmas inside of them, and they were pretty much able through their vision. They would put you in the point of view type of situations where you could see the people go into their charagma and pretty much access whether it was information about a person, call a person and be able to have like the FaceTime type of conversation with them through their chip and all these different things. But nonetheless, all the technology, it's like all the movies and shows that they're putting out has the MOT technology. So linking everything back to this Neuralink, this is the beginning steps of that, prophecy of Revelation 13 and 16 taking place. All right. So let's continue back in the verse. Revelation 13 and 16. It says that he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. In their foreheads, man. Okay? And that Neuralink, okay, they're going to put inside of your head. Now, whether this is the back of your head, behind your ear, in your forehead, it's a chip being put inside of you, man. All right? And, the funny thing about it, when it's dealing with this Neuralink, when you go on social media, what are they calling it? They're calling it the brain chip or the forehead chip, man. So it says he's going to cause all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So from the highest up, that's not a so-called elite, a 1%, all right, to down to the poor, the insignificant of the society will all have a charagma inside of them, because the only ones that according to the New Order that won't have a chip inside of them is the elites, man. Okay, because that chip is a sign of ownership that they had, that they were used to pretty much show forth that they own everybody. Now, if I could, real quick, go back up into verse 14, the latter part where it said, saying to them that dwell on the, I was reading from the top, Revelation 13 and 14, and he deceiveth them, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Because when you go into, prior captivities, chiefly Rome, Greek and Rome, they had, I'm going to use, I believe it was Rome as the example I'm going to speak on. But and during the Roman period, they would actually, brand you, they will brand you if you are a slave as a sign of ownership. Even going into chattel slavery here in Babylon the Great, you will get branded. And even in Greece, because the Grecians, which you have that same tradition going on now with the Divine Nine. When you go to these colleges, especially these HBCUs, when you pledge Greek, you have people that will they will burn their letters onto their skin, which is a sign of ownership unto that fraternity or sorority, man. Because mainly it was the fraternities, but that was the pledge that you will make to show your alliance to the Greeks, the Grecians, which, like I said, you had that happen in Rome with the I forget the type of flour that they will put on you, but you will see that in their damn, what's the name of that joint, man? Slovakia. I'm drawing a blank, but it's a type of flour that they will put on you, to pretty much show that you will own, man. All right. So leading on all the way to today's time, that charagma will be a mark of ownership. Okay, that shows that you have pledged your alliance to the elites. All right. So jumping back down to verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start back at 16 again. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 All right, that's that 666, the mark of man. All right, that pretty much that universal barcode that they're gonna put inside all you people. Which the beginning stages of that was with this juicy juice, man. All right, the VICCINE. Okay, that was the beginning part of them priming your body to get ready for that charagma, man. All right, because you have NO tech inside of you that's gonna pretty much, like I said, prime your body to get ready to take that charagma, man. All right, so you are when you take that charagma, all right, which the Neuralink is a part of that charagma technology, all right, you are pledging your ownership unto the devil, man. All right. So just speaking on this, okay, you're seeing guys like Elon Musk being praised as he's pretty much he's looked at as the savior, man. All right, because he's helping usher in this new technology for the benefit of mankind. No, he's a false prophet that's being used by the left hand. All right, he's one of those witches on the left hand that is being used to condition you to accept that charagma, man. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Hamashiachs, Salakia, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that it were possible they shall deceive the very elect. All right, and that's what Elon Musk is being used for, man. All right, he's a false prophet that is being used to captivate the mind of the people with his so-called technology, to pretty much, like I said, captivate the mind of the people into thinking that this shit is beneficial for you, man. Okay, when you go into this word wonders, this is G5059. It says taraz. It says a prodigy, a portion, a miracle performed by anyone, and this is what Elon Musk is pretty much being touted as, man. All right, a prodigy, all right, that's bringing forth a miracle through so-called technology to further help develop man into a god on the left hand side through technology, man. All right, but like I said, it said if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. But see, the elect has been put on game to show you that this science is not real science, man. This science is actually witchcraft being disguised as science, man. Because that word science really goes back to the Hebrew word amath, which means truth. Okay? But Esau's science, this is not science, this is witchcraft, man. It's Satanism, man. All right? He's tapping into the left hand, man. All right? This is the book of 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. Right. All right. This is not real science, man. So we're supposed to avoid this, man, because see, the elect, Lord willing, we're of that number. We have been, made privy to Esau and his so-called science, and his so-called scientific achievements, man. This is left hand work being shown forth in its fullest, man. This is Satanism at work and in the highest form, man. Okay? So we're supposed to avoid this, man. But see, the mind of the people, you have been so dumbed down to any so-called technology that Esau touts as being the next best thing. Our people run to it. And you see that the way they line up to get the new iPhones, to get the new Apple, the new Apple Watches, the AirPods, whatever the new Samsung Galaxies, whatever technology that Esau boosts. The ring, you got the ring camera, okay. You got the 5G, all these things that they're pushing to be technological advances as actually is witchcraft that is dumbing you down and pretty much fooling you into thinking that you're becoming better, but it's really dumbing you down, man. All right, so you're supposed to avoid this, man. But And the elect see it while 2/3 are being lulled to sleep, man. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they shall all believe a lie. It's like they should believe a lie, and that they all might be damned who believe not in the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And this is what is being done through the power and workings of Satan. This so-called white man is being, toted up as being a god, man. And the people really believe and worship this man like he's a god, man. Okay? So it said, with all even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. This so-called Neuralink brain chip, that's a lying wonder. That's not for your benefit, Jake. Because when it goes into the law, you're not even supposed to make any cuttings into your flesh. So them, because ultimately when it comes down to it, Yahweh Shai is the true physician. All right. So if you have a ailment or some type of body deformity, that's up to the Lord if He wants that to be fixed, man. But see, you people are first of all, you lack faith because you don't even believe in the Most High or His Son. But then you run down to Esau because you think that he's a God and he can heal you from whatever it is that you have going on with your body, man. Instead of praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to heal you and to fix you. All right. Because when it comes down to it, the Lord is the one that put you in that situation anyway. So if you were paralyzed, or if you were born, without the ability to walk, without the ability to see, to hear, that was Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that did it. And ultimately, okay, if it is meant for you to heal, that's up to the Lord. And you're gonna see, all right, just like you saw in different accounts, you had the blind man that was healed, the lame man that was healed, the different miracles that Yahweh Shai did when He was on earth. That's going to happen again when the Lord puts the Spirit on His elect to do these things. But see, our people, they want to get healed from the devil, man. All right. So continuing on, it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And that's what's going to happen to you people out here. You're going to be deceived, okay, in the midst of wickedness and unrighteousness, because when you put that chip inside of you, that is the ultimate form of sin that you can't repent from, and that's going to be your ceiling to destruction, man. Okay. For this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And the more they're going to tout this charagma, okay, starting with this Neuralink, the people are just going to eat it up. They're going to have your celebrities promoted. All right, they're gonna continue to put this shit in your shows and your movies to make it cool. I want to be a cyborg. You watch shit like Alter Carbon on Netflix. Hey, well, it might become a point of shit. I might want to be another. I want to be in another skin color. I might want to be another nation. I want to be able to, because that's what they say. They want to be able to upload your consciousness into the cloud and put your spirit onto a device to where you can change bodies, what they call sleeves in that show. But this is where they want to get with this technology. So for them to approve this so-called Neuralink, this is the beginning of them trying to get to that point, man. All right. And you people are gonna follow suit because you're fucking retarded, man. Because you believe not the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is being spoken to you through His prophets. Okay, you don't believe the words written in this book. You're gonna fall for that hook, line, and sinker, man. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they shall believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth and have pleasure in unrighteousness. Because if you take that chip, you will be destroyed. All right, there's no nice way to get around that or not to say it like that, man. You take the Quran and the Lord is gonna fucking melt you. All right. So this is why this is serious, man. Okay. Let me get the judgment for this. You know, so like I said, these scriptures brothers already know, and you sisters already know, man. But for a new believer that might come across this video that never heard it before, this is for them. And for the ones that have heard it, this is a refresher for us, man. Okay? So this is the book of Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, you see how the scripture keep reiterating that forehead too, all right hand or in the forehead, because when you go into the creator of the so-called RFID chip, all right, which is the MOTB, he called it, you know, the RFID chip, but it's like the MOTB, but he said that the forehead and the right hand is the 2 points in the body that generates the most electricity. That's why they chose those two areas. And it's funny because the guy that said that, I forget his name, but he actually said that he did that without even reading the book of Revelation. So when he finally read it, he was shook because he was like, yo, I created the mark of the beast, man. All right. Here's the punishment. Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So if you take that charagma, you're going to be found in that lake of fire. That you're going to be burned once those nuclear missiles touch down and turn the shores of America into ash, man. All right, like you read about in Isaiah 13, and I believe that's Isaiah 63, if I'm not mistaken. This is verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they shall have no rest nor day or night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So if you bow down to that New World Order system and take that charagma, you're going to find yourself taking part in that lake of fire, man. All right? This is Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, which wrought miracles before him, which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. Right. All right. So it said the beast and him, and with him the false prophet, the Roman Catholic Church, all right, who is using his so-called religion, all right, Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, all these false religions stem from the Roman Catholic Church, which is known as the false prophet. They're going to employ these pastors and these corrupted Israelite leaders, okay, to convince their congregation to take the charagma, to take the MOTB, all right. It says, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image, that all cause all you people, 2/3 of the nation of Israel included, to bow down and worship the beast and his image, all right, to take part in that new world order and take that charagma. It says, these were both cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. So you're going to find yourself in the midst of that nuclear missile fire and the laser beams from the chariots that's going to help bring the destruction to Babylon the Great, man. So don't take that fucking chip, man. That's the point, all right? The RFID chip is the mark of the beast for you naysayers out there, man, all right? And the FDA approving Elon Musk's brain chip company, Neuralink, that is the first step to that MOTB technology being pumped to the public, man. So with that, I'm going to end this. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makar Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say Shalom.